guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Eileen from Makeup by Eileen. If you're already subscribed to this channel, welcome back guys. Okay, so for today's video, I have a few Avon goodies to try out. We have the new serum foundation with radiant finish. It also has an SPF of 30 in, so let's pray it's my shade. We have two City Escape palette, this one here, and we have a Sandstorm palette, little mini palettes with 6 shades in it. And then we have two, knocking stuff over as always, we have two of the lip paint hydrating matte lipsticks. I have this red color that I'll swatch for you guys on my lips, and then we have this nice nude. And then we have also a brow pencil from them. We all know that I love my smudge brow kit and the brow mascara, so I thought I'd try something else to see what the Avon brow pencil's like. It's a duo-ended brow pencil, so it has a spoolie on the one side and the pencil on the other side, which I really like. So if you want to pop this in your makeup bag and you want to go and do your makeup if you're going away, or if you like traveling, or you do your makeup at work, or whatever the case may be, it's nice that it's double-ended and also that there's a cap on the spoolie as well. I also have the True Skin Color Glimmering Stick Eyeliner in black that we can try out. So I didn't pick up any powder or bronzer or anything like that from Avon. I just thought I'd give some of their stuff a try, and if I like it, we can always do some more, try some more of their things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime with my all-time favorite Wet n Wild Serum Primer. I'm just going to drop some on my hand. And I'm just going to prime my skin. I have also been loving the Avon skin, their cannabis sativa skin product. So their facial products, they are flippin' awesome. I'm just going to put that on the face and let it seep in a little bit. And then let's have a look at this foundation. It is supposed to be a medium coverage foundation, like light to medium coverage, and it is a serum foundation. Let's see if we can. There's not really any info on the box for you guys, but this is what it looks like. It's a very pretty, it's a little squeezy tube, which I'm not too excited about, but I'm not mad at it. I prefer a squeezy tube than an applicator. It does have an SPF of 30 in it, and I'm sure there must be some other reason why it is called a serum foundation, so I will insert me speaking when we're applying this if I can find any information on what makes this a serum foundation other than the SPF of 50. I'm sure it must have some sort of skincare stuff inside here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it with my new favorite little mini kabuki brush, and it's called the Chubby Kabuki brush, and I'm going to apply some foundation on my face. And while I'm doing that, if I find any info on the serum foundation from Avon, I will let you guys know. So let's get into this foundation. I'm just going to put some, it is really thick, it's not as runny as the Catrice foundation, just off the bat over here. Let's just grab some and start applying it. Okay guys, so what I found with this foundation, the Avon Radiant Foundation Serum, it has 3 effects. It hydrates your skin, it protects it, and it covers your skin. That is why it's called a foundation serum. So that is the info I found out. So it protects, hydrates, and covers your skin. It does have a fragrance. It's a very subtle fragrance, and it does smell a little bit like a coconut sunscreen. So it does smell like sunscreen. Just first impression. Okay. Also, I always take my foundation on my eyelid as like a primer and around underneath my eye, just in case I don't want to wear concealer. And I'll tell you right now, my eyes are burning around my eye, and I don't normally have that sensation with any of my other foundations. I'm just going to take my finger and just work it in there, just try and get some of that product off in case it is the product that is irritating my eyes. I do have very sensitive eyes, so, but I can tell you now, there's probably the sunscreen inside here, because if I wear sunscreen, which you're supposed to, on your face, which I do because most of my all of my day moisturizers have an SPF in it, and I don't really go in the sun that much, so getting completely off topic here. The sunscreen, if I wear sunscreen like a lot on my face, I can feel it burning sensation on my eyes, and now that I've rubbed it away from the eyes, it definitely, the burning has stopped. So I think it's the sunscreen in here. Don't think it's the foundation. It was also very silly to go and put it, oh, I've got foundation in my hair. Oh well. It was very silly to go put it, I'm just going in with another coat. It was silly to put it on my eyelid knowing it has sunscreen in it, because I know how my eyes react, so that was my fault. But also, if you guys find the same thing with sunscreen and your eyes, if that irritates your eyes, just be mindful that it does irritate my eyes a little. So that is like just two very small coats of this foundation. I will say that just looking at it, it is a nice dewy finish. It's a little bit more dewy than the Catrice Hydrating Foundation. It's like the Essence Pretty Natural Foundation. Just like straight away looking at it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it is very, very dewy. So if you like a very glowy foundation, this will be awesome for you. It's more medium to full coverage foundation than it is light to medium. I think you could get a really nice full coverage look if you go in a bit harder with the foundation, or if you layer it more. Okay, so that's that for the foundation. I'm just going to speed through quickly. I'm just going to go and do my concealer, my powder, my bronzer, my highlighter off camera, and then we're going to jump right back in and get into some eyeshadows. Actually, before we do that, let's swatch. Yeah, we're going to jump into the eyeshadows, swatches, and then we're going to play with them on the eye. Sorry, it's like I can't speak today. Okay, so I'm just going to skip forward because I don't have any bronzers or concealer or anything like that from Avon. I just want to try this foundation and some of their eyeshadows and that there, and then we'll jump back and we'll do the brows and that there. Okay, so here's our swatches from the Sandstorm palette. The first row, left to right, is the Shimmer, and then we have a nice transition matte shade, and then the darker matte shade that I used on my eye today. And over here we have the bottom row, and we have the transition shade that I used, the matte, the silvery gold shimmer shade, and then the darker, more coppery shimmer shade. And that's our 6 swatches from our Sandstorm palette from Avon. Okay, and here we have our City Escape palette. You have 3 shimmers on the top row. But this darker shimmer you could use in your crease if you're not scared of using shimmer on your crease. They are very nice. And then here is our bottom row. We have one shimmer and a grey matte and a charcoal black matte as well. So these are swatches from our sorry guys, from our City Escape palette from Avon. They look like this, and they are just as creamy and pigmented as the Sandstorm palette. I'll set it, and I'm going to play with the Avon True Jewel Ended brow pencil, and I have the shade brown, dark brown. So let's give this guy a whirl. I'm just going to comb my brows. Let's see how this thing works. As you guys know, if you are already subscribed, yeah, I cannot talk and do my brows at the same time. So please forgive me while I just give this guy a try. Okay, I'm just going to comb through again, and straight off the bat, this is a really nice brow pencil. It's not super dark, which is really good, seeing that I've lightened my hair again. I don't have very, very dark eyebrows anymore, so I will be reaching for this a lot more. It's really nice brow pencil. It's nice and soft. You can do your individual brows. It's a very soft tip, and it's, if you sharpen it nicely, it is a sharpened one unfortunately, but it will sharpen very thin. Okay, now let's get into some of these guys. I'm not going to use the City Escape palette because it is a grey toned palette, and I did a smoky eye the other day. So we're going to do these nice, the Sandstorm palette. We're just going to use these. It has 3 mattes and 3 shimmers, as you know from the swatches. Let's just get a nice fluffy crease brush. Make sure it's clean. And I'm going to go into this guy right here. And I'm going to put that in the crease and just under the brow. It's very pigmented shadows. As I'm starting to play with them, it doesn't mess around, like there's color straight away, so that's a good thing. And I didn't even go hard in the pan. There is some fallout in the pan, so just so you guys know, it is a bit fluffy, but I don't have a problem with that. Just going to blend this color in. Don't want to go too dark because we do have a darker brown shade to try here. And just work that on the top by the eyebrow and in the top half of the crease. Just like that. Oh my word, these things blend amazing. Like they're pigmented, but they blend. A lot of pigmented shadows, you kind of sit for a couple of days blending it. This is not the case with this one. Okay, I'm going to take a fluffier crease brush today because I don't want it too dark. I'm going to hit this dark brown shade over here. And I'm just going to work it in the outer corner of my eyelid and into the crease, the lower crease, the eye socket. Just blend. So I'm just going to tap the colour on the outer corner of my eye. And then what's left, blend in the eye socket, the lower part of the crease. Start fusing the colour and bringing those two colours together so that there's no harsh line. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just blend those two colours together. That's that. Now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, a flat fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into that same transition shade that we used and just smudge the lower lash line, just so everything blends nicely. Just like that. I'm going to take a little liner brush. And go into that darker brown and just stamp it on the lower lash line, but just taking it halfway, not all the way. Just blending those colours together so they kind of meet each other. Like that. And now the fun part, we can play with some shimmer. I think I'm going to go into this more gold coppery colour and then this colour. So I'm going to put this in the middle and this on the inner corner with a nice packing brush. This brush scares me because it's my favourite. As you can see, it's really worn, but I used it with green the other day and it just stained these white bristles neon green. So every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh, it's dirty, but it's actually not. So I'm going to go in with that nice coppery gold colour. It's almost like a rose gold, but not as rosy. It's more coppery than rosy. I'm just going to wet my brush and we're just going to put this in the middle, oh wow, of the eye and blend it into our dark matte. One thing I can say straight away, these colours are pigmented. They don't mess around. Avon's not messing around with their little eyeshadow palettes. Just going to do the same thing on this side. I'm not even going really hard in the pan to get any color off. I'm just lightly dipping my brush in, and I'm literally lightly touching my eye, and it is so pigmented. Very impressed with the payoff of these colors from Avon. They're not super expensive, but they are a little bit more expensive than Essence and Wet n Wild, but man, is it worth it. Like if you're going to use browns every day and that is your go-to, and you want to pick this guy up and you know that you can blend it, you can make it darker, you can make a light look, you can just put some shimmer on your eye, this palette is going to be amazing. Okay, and I'm going to go in with a smaller flat brush, and I'm going to go into that lighter shade, almost like a silvery gold color. My brush again. And look at this. It's like straight away pigment. So bring it into the corner of my eye and a little bit under the eyelid, just to brighten up the eye. I mean, you can't say anything bad about these shimmers. I hope the grey one is just as pigmented, but I'm sure it will be. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye. And that's that. Wow, what a quick brown shimmery everyday little bit more dramatic look you can get with this palette in like a few minutes. It's like amazing. If you wanted to just quick pop something on, some color on, and run out the door, this palette will definitely do that for you. I'm just going to see if there's any fallout and dust it away, any of that shimmer. But it hasn't fallen out like onto your face, which is really good, especially because the colors are so pigmented, it can do that. I'm just going to put some liner on the lower lash on my waterline. I'm just going to keep it on in the outer corner of my eye. Just like that. And I'm going to quickly pop some mascara on, and we're going to get back into the lips. Okay, and the mascara's on. I didn't do too much mascara. I really want this eyeshadow look to pop out, and that's that. Now let's try some. I'm not going to go in with the red. I will do a little swatch on my hand over here, and it's a very nice cool toned red. I like cool tones, especially for my lips, and that's what it looks like. It's a very nice Christmas red. I'm going to go in with this nude shade that looks like this, which is a very nice nude color. And I'm going to go in with this on my lips now, just so that everything matches. And that's the lips. One thing I will say is it's very creamy, more oily feel lips than a dry liquid lip. Oh, I have something on my lip now. So just be careful, because it does kind of move around. The wand doesn't stick to your lip like other liquid lips. It does move around a bit, so just be careful of that. Okay, so now my final thoughts. This foundation, this serum foundation, Radiant Finish, is flippin' awesome. I have set my face with powder because we're now leaning more towards oily skin, so it's a very dewy foundation. If you want a very glowy dewy foundation, you could wear it and not set it. It'll be fine, but it does set well with a setting powder. I just used the Rimmel translucent loose setting powder and just set my face so I don't end up in an oily hot mess later on today. It is very full coverage. If you want it to be, you can get a nice medium coverage where you can still kind of see through the skin, but it just evens your skin out and just gives it a nice look. The shade is definitely my color in nude, so if you're more my skin color, the shade nude. Their brow pencil, this little guy here, is awesome. It goes on, it doesn't disrupt your foundation or anything. It goes on really nice. You can draw your nice individual brows, hairs, and the spoolie on here is very nice. It's not a very hard, aggressive spoolie. It's a nice, soft spoolie, and it gets the job done. I like that it's got caps on the spoolie and on the, obviously, the pencil part. The only downside to it that I find is that it is a sharpened pencil, which is not the end of the world. My Essence, which was my favorite for so long, brow pencil is also a sharpened tip, so it doesn't really bug me that much, but I know lots of people don't like your sharpened pencils anymore. Okay, moving on to these eyeshadow palettes. I really want to play with this City Escape. If you guys want to see me making a look with this City Escape palette, just comment down below and I'll do that for you guys. But this Sandstorm palette is an awesome 6-pan eyeshadow palette. They're not small pans. They are decent sized pans. It will last you quite a while if you used it every day. I mean, you could take this more pink shift, gold shift color. It's not very duochrome, but it does have a slight shift to it, and just tap it on your whole lid and just do a wing and some mascara and your red lip and you're out of the door. Or you could just go all matte. It's a very versatile brown everyday eyeshadow palette. It's also a beautiful colors for wedding. If they wanted a neutral look to their wedding, this palette is freaking awesome. They're so pigmented. Obviously there is some fallout in the matte shades, but the pigmentation is there. It is pigmented, but they blend seamlessly together, which I really love. Now the liquid lip, it does feel not like a long lasting liquid lip. It is more of a hydrating liquid lip, and it definitely is hydrating. As it's drying down, my lips don't feel like they like in a desert and the life is being sucked out of them like some liquid lips do. It is very creamy and almost feels like it's got an oil in it, and it's a very nice. The colors are very pigmented also. I really like the undertone of this red one over here. It's a nice cool tone, and so is this. This I think is going to be my new favorite nude, replacing my Smudge Magic, because it's more neutral than it does lean towards brown or mauve color. This just gives, with my skin tone, it gives it a nice nude look, but not too nude that I don't have any lips. So this is freaking awesome as well. So with our Avon goodies, I'm not disappointed in any of them, especially these eyeshadow palettes right here. I think there is another shade range of these eyeshadow palettes. I'm not sure if it's like reds or burgundies, but I'll pick that up and show you guys how that one looks. Yeah, so if you guys want to see some more stuff from Avon, just let me know and I'll be happy to do that for you. But so far these Avon products are an absolute win for me. So that's that for this. Also the foundation, you can't really feel like you have foundation on your skin. It feels more like you've moisturized your skin and that's it. It doesn't feel very moisturized like you know, when you put a really thick creamy moisturizer on and you can feel it on the skin. It doesn't really leave that. It just makes your skin feel hydrated and just juicy, if I can say it like that. I don't know how other way to describe it. So I really like this foundation. It will be interesting to see what it looks like later on today, if I end up in a hot oil mess or if it stays matte. Yeah, so that's all for this video, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Please like the video if you found this video useful. I really appreciate it. Comment down below if you want to see me trying out the City Escape palette, the more grey tone palette, and if there's anything else you guys would like me to review or show you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.